right, guys. Let's see if we're live now. Hey, everybody. Hey. Hey, everybody. Hello. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. I hope you can hear me. I hear myself. Hope everything's okay. Let me just wait till I hear it play back. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing. I hope you can hear me. I hear myself. All right. Looks like we're good to go. We are good to go, it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and hope that everything's fine. All right. All right. Hey, everybody. How you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black at Night Show. Glad you could make it. Yeah. That's what I get for trying to be try to make it closer to 9 o'clock. See, the forces don't want me to be on time is what it is, guys. All right. So, once again, my name is Tim Black, TimBlackTV.com, TBTV. This show is brought to you by JustInform.com, just the letter N, form.com. That's a social media site that doesn't steal your data nor sell your privacy. It's brought to you by social media, and what else? Brought to you by people like me, who are commentary experts, pundits, activists, journalists. It's just regular people like yourself. All right. So go to justinform.com and become a member. Oh yeah. Do you remember? Also, this show is brought to you by you, because it's not funded by anybody else. If it was funded by the DNC or the GOP, you best believe that sound would work. There you go. Do you want sound to work right, or do you want to be non-funded by the establishment? Come on, make your choice. It's an easy decision. That's the way it seems anyway. All right, guys, so thank you so much for joining us. People on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, thank you. Also, I thank Dave. Dave from Stone Mountain, I think he gave me a phone call, brother, but I had realized that I had a problem with the sound. Thank you, everybody who alerted me about the sound. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm glad I checked. I'm glad I looked. I'm glad you told me. I'm glad we're good. So today is Monday, and we got a lot of news to cover. So much news to cover, so I want to get to it. We'll be talking about Kirsten Gillibrand. Kirsten Gillibrand officially launched her campaign today. We'll talk about that. Beto O'Rourke and Bernie Sanders. Dueling fundraising initiatives of the big money variety. We'll talk about that. Also, my friend and yours, Donna Brazile, is cooking gumbo for Fox News. We'll talk about that. But we want to start here. Oh, we got to start here with Chelsea Clinton. Yes, Chelsea Clinton. Okay, so most of the people out there who are aware of what's been going on with Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar, freshman congressperson out of Minnesota, made a lot of waves when she had the audacity to call a lobbyist organization a lobbyist organization. I don't know what possessed her to speak truth to power. I don't know what got into her. Maybe it was the fact she was voted into office. Maybe that's what it is. You know, people who are voted in by the people, who are not paid off by PACs, dark money, donors, they tend to speak a little truth to power if they haven't been infected with the establishment, incrementalist, pragmatist, corporatist who roam the halls of Congress. Yeah, as long as you can stay unaffected, then you're pretty good. And that's what happened with Ilhan Omar. She hasn't been infected with the disease of shutting the hell up and just doing what they tell you to do. No, so what she did was she made the mistake of calling out a lobbyist organization who does lobbying for a living. That's what they do. That's what she said they did. And that's a no-no. All right. Now, we all know what happened. The incoming was everywhere, right? People were coming unglued at the mere mention that this organization could be called out for doing what it does. And not just the organization, but the people that bend to the will of the organization, regards to what's going on in the world. Just to stay out of harm's way, I'm not going to go directly in. I think you know what I'm talking about at this point. But I just want to catch everybody up. What Ilhan Omar did was, she spoke truth to power about a situation that everybody knows exists, that doesn't just exist in one area or one organization or one lobbyist effort or one country, but multiple countries that America has lobbying. There's lobbyists on behalf of certain countries in the Middle East and elsewhere where it affects our American policy, our U.S. policy. So a lot of Omar called that out, and that was a mistake because, well, it wasn't a mistake that she did it. It was a mistake that she didn't follow the proper protocol, which is to shut up, as I stated, and just collect your money. And there's things we don't talk about. Nobody talk about Fight Club. So it really got, I want to stress how vicious things had gotten for Ilhan Omar. Okay? They got totally vicious, man. They said that she was an anti-Semite. Repeatedly. Like, this was everywhere. And as we know, in this country, there's been a rapid increase in the amount of hate crimes. There's been an increase in the amount of domestic terrorism in this country, in the United States. This is a fact. Now, initially, when people used to say that there was an increase in domestic terrorism, an increase in these things, I questioned it because there was a lot of hysteria going around regarding Trump's election. But as I dug further into it, I realized that, yes, there is an increase, and anybody who questions it can go look it up. Pretty much all of the polling that's been done regarding hate crimes shows that we have an uptick in violence in that regard. So, it wasn't just people upset on Twitter. It was people acting out. There was a picture of Ilhan Omar put into, they superimposed her on the buildings of 9/11, some horrific thing that somehow credited her with 9/11. America's foremost tragic terrorist act that took place in America. They tried to blame, they tried to connect her to it. Now this did not start until after she made the comments that she made about this lobbyist organization. And it doesn't stop there. Many, many notable figures have seen it their civic duty to attack Ilhan Omar on social media and call her an anti-Semite. Many news organizations and places and other entities that call themselves news organizations have also felt it was their civic duty, their patriotic duty, their allegiance to this organization to condemn Ilhan Omar. So that's where we at. That's where we were. One person who has been elected by the people to represent them speaks about an issue that is an issue in her opinion and in many opinions of many Americans. She can do that because she's been elected to speak. At least she used to be able to. One of the people that was so outspoken about Ilhan Omar in her statements, and this is cut the crap, they weren't anti-Semitic at all, in my opinion. They were just on opinion. An opinion based on facts. An opinion born out of facts. To say this organization that lobbies for its own interest using money is not a lobbyist organization that uses money is to say water isn't wet. It's water, but it's not wet. It's just water. And how dare you call water wet? It doesn't make much sense. But you don't have to make much sense when you are defending the indefensible. When you are defending the basic. It's just basic. This whole thing is basic. So Chelsea Clinton was one of those people that called Ilhan Omar out. Chided her as being anti-Semitic, unpatriotic, un-American, all these things. And like I said, it wasn't just Chelsea Clinton. Well, a horrific thing happened where a white nationalist, a self-proclaimed white nationalist, I'm not giving him that name. He gave himself that name when he said, hey, I'm on the alt-right and I do this or I do that. I'm this hateful individual. I hate Muslims. He proceeded to go into 2 mosques. I have not seen the footage, guys. But reports are that he went into 2 mosques and killed over 50 people. Injured many, many others. As an act of terrorism in New Zealand against those people that would be in those mosques, in a mosque. It was a very focused, very agenda-driven massacre, a very agenda-driven cause that this person was on. We call it terrorism. I don't even think you can call it Islamophobia. Maybe it's rooted in Islamophobia, but this is the real deal. This is hate on steroids, actively used to kill. And there are a lot of people across the world who feel a certain kind of way about that type of violence. I'm one of those people. And there are many other people who feel a certain kind of way about the people who fan the flames of Islamophobia and hatred and bigotry for their own means, for their own justifications. And then there are people who do it just because, well, we want to be on the cool team. Such is the case, I believe, with Chelsea Clinton. I do not believe Chelsea Clinton is an Islamophobe. I believe that she just says what she thinks should be said on Twitter. I mean, really, when you have really no political experience, when you're really not involved in politics other than your mama was a politician and your daddy was a president, that is the extent of your real involvement in politics. Other than that, other than tweeting occasionally. Doesn't she work for Vox or something? All right, so here's the bottom line. A young woman cornered her. To use the word cornered is a very, when I picture someone being cornered, they can't go anywhere. When I picture someone being cornered, it's almost like a false arrest, right? A false arrest. When you corner someone, you're blocking them. You are locking them into a location so that they can't use their free will and leave without touching you or somehow having to engage you in a physical manner. I saw the tape where the young woman confronted Chelsea Clinton, not bombarded her, not assaulted her. She, in no uncertain terms, was confrontational. She told Chelsea Clinton, hey, you're at an event, a vigil for people who were murdered by an extremist, a terrorist. And it was because of people who speak like you, people like you who speak recklessly about Muslims, and label things as anti-Semitic or label Muslims a certain in this horrific way. This labeling, the stereotyping of Muslims, you're part of that because you speak recklessly, and you have a very high profile. And now we have this this murder, this horrific murder. And here you are at the place where we're paying respects for that. And we are mourning the loss of all these people. And what are you doing here? Now, I think that was a fair way to express oneself. But whether you agree with the young woman confronting Chelsea Clinton or not, the fact of the matter is, isn't it the Democrats who have been saying that Democrats should confront Republicans in public, at grocery stores, at gas stations, at restaurants? I ain't finished. At movie theaters, outside their house, at their front doors, walking down the street, walking their doggy, at a swimming pool. Come on, let's keep it real. Was it not the Democratic Party, leaders in the Democratic Party, who said it was not only okay to confront Republicans because you didn't like their policies or that the fact they weren't speaking out strenuously enough about Trump, but they encouraged it. They encouraged it. They encouraged the confrontation of Republicans on the streets. Now, guys, I don't even need to get into Risk My Channel being taken down as we argue whether criticizing a lobbyist organization is equivalent to criticizing a group of people. I don't think it is, unless the group of people that you're talking about are the people that work for the organization. I don't even think we need to argue that. I'm not even going to argue that. What I want to argue with or about, or my point is, what a bunch of fucking hypocrisy. What a bunch of fucking hypocrisy that you would think it's fine to chastise, cajole, confront others. But oh no, Chelsea Clinton got confronted by one woman with no objects in her hands, not even yelling profanities, spitting, just with words. And we have these fake humanitarians. These people are more upset with how Chelsea Clinton was confronted or spoken to than they were concerned about or outraged about the slaughter of 4950 people. I mean, that's just how it looks from the outside looking in. You seem to be Rosie O'Donnell. You seem to be more concerned with Chelsea Clinton's fucking feelings than you are concerned about the Muslims who were gunned down, lost their lives. Kellyanne Conway. She spoke out as well. Kellyanne Conway came to the defense of Chelsea Clinton. Now, if you ever want a barometer to tell which side is the wrong side to be on, let me give you a hint, kids. Whenever the Democrats and the Republicans join on the same side, that's the wrong side to be on. Get it? Because whenever both sides of the establishment line up behind something, it's never to help your ass. Ever. I've never seen it happen. We can't get both sides of the Democrats and Republicans to line up behind giving Puerto Rico money, trying to save Puerto Ricans from dying after a freaking hurricane. We can't. It could be a natural catastrophe, and we can't get both parties to line up behind each other and support the same cause. So that's how you know. That's how you know, guys. When both parties line up behind something, smell a rat. Somebody crack a window. Because that's what time it is. Okay. Now, Representative Rashida Tlaib of Michigan, Sunday she was on, I think it's Meet the Press. She was asked about Ilhan Omar's comments. She was asked about it, and also about the confrontation that Chelsea Clinton had. Well, everybody's been asked about Ilhan Omar's comments, But no, more specifically, she was asked about how she felt about Chelsea Clinton being confronted. Because now this is news, right? Oh no, the white lady's been questioned. She was spoken to harshly. Oh no. And she's pregnant too. What will she ever do with words that pierce her ears? What damage could be caused? How will she ever recover from harsh words being spoken to her? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh no. She might just melt, turn into nothingness. I'm surprised she was able to walk away. Have a nervous breakdown on the spot. Anyway, Rashida Tlaib said, we need to be very careful about comments that we make. She said, I can just tell you the kind of public disagreement and the kind of language that sometimes is being used toward disagreeing with her on a number of fronts, foreign policy issues. People need to be very careful. She added, I have seen the letters and have seen the various posts from not only Republicans but also Democrats, that when we target or disagree, we need to be very careful in that it's not feeding into the Islamophobia that is growing in our country. So Rashida Tlaib points out that it's one thing if you disagree with Omar, Representative Omar. It's one thing. But the type of rhetoric, the type of claims that you level at her can be dangerous in an atmosphere that is very hostile towards Muslims. So you may not be an off-the-hook terrorist waiting to happen, but your words can incite an off-the-hook terrorist just waiting for something to spark them. Get it? I did not see many people coming out defending Candace Owens. Now, Candace Owens, not one of my favorite people. I find her rhetoric about black people to be highly suspect and dripping with condemnation. But, though I disagree with that, I find it horrifically hypocritical that I didn't see Rosie O'Donnell, Chelsea Clinton, I don't know, all of them, Kellyanne Conway and Donald Trump Jr. coming out to defend. Well, he probably did come out and defend Candace Owens. Who we talking about? He probably did do that. The point being, the terrorist manifesto contributed or attributed his actions in part to Candace Owens. So if you're saying that Chelsea Clinton's actions, her words on Twitter, things she says, her condemnation, her ripe condemnation of Ilhan Omar had no bearing at all on this shooter, or any aggressive or any hate crimes directed towards Muslims, then you'd have to extend the same type of respect and probability to Candace Owens, who I haven't seen them do. If one is wrong, both are wrong. If it's wrong to approach Chelsea Clinton, it's wrong to approach Mitch McConnell. You don't get to say, well, I like Chelsea, so screw off and leave her alone. But Mitch McConnell, get his ass. Just get him. Just get him. That makes you a hypocrite and a piece of garbage. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We don't get to pick and choose where we use free speech or if we don't use free speech. Like, everyone deserves the same rules, right? You would think so. That's my argument, guys. It's not whether what Ilhan Omar said. We've talked about that. We've already stated that. The point we're at now is how dare these people have fake outrage that their Snow Queen, their I don't know what she is. What does she do? You know, I had enough of these people who have done nothing in their lives other than be other than slide out of their mother's uterus. That's it. Meghan McCain, Chelsea Clinton. What have they done? What have they done? Donald Trump Jr. What has he done? What has he done? Nothing. Why do we, if they didn't have famous parents, we wouldn't know them. You walk past them at a county fair and just say, move out the way, you. Excuse me. You walk right past them. They be nobody. Nepotism. That's all it is. Trading on the privilege of their parents. That's it. Anyway. All right. Well, speaking of this, because it kind of ties together, because I want to make this comment. So Donna Brazile, now we all know I know Donna Brazile. Oh, yes, I know Donna Brazile. Interviewed Donna Brazile one time. You may have heard about it. Didn't go so well. Treated her like a human being. Not supposed to do that. Learned my lesson. So anyway, Donna Brazile. Question passing Donna Brazile. I got you. Feel better now. Question passing low-life Donna Brazile. Pass that question. No one else cheats. Just her. Well, anyway, she got caught. You get caught, everyone, it's on you now, sister. Well, Donna Brazile, I guess she figured she couldn't get back in with CNN. They fired her. They terminated her. So she decided to do the next best thing. Go right across the street and join another propagandist organization called Fox News. I said she went right across the street and joined another strand of propagandist news coverage organization known as Fox News. Some people are upset about it, like, oh no, we can't have Donna Brazile over here. Why not? You got Sean Hannity making up stuff. He's Rachel Maddow. So Donna Brazile, she joined Fox News, and she's a contributor, and she's picking up a paycheck. And some people are salty. Please pass me like a gallon of water, because they're so salty. Look, I don't feel any type of way about it at all. She said she's going to be forging relationships and speaking to an audience that doesn't get to hear from the left. And I believe that Donna Brazile is very much still a Democrat. But what she did in her opening debut on Fox News, horrific. Donna Brazile, you have no shame in your game. I can tell you that. If you are not a company gal, I don't know what you are. That's really what the problem is with Donna Brazile. She is more for the company, the corporation of the DNC, than she is for anything else, especially the truth. Donna Brazile, in her debut appearance on Fox News, she looked right in the camera and said, Chelsea Clinton is a hero. The way she kept her composure when that woman was talking to her. She didn't have Secret Service come beat her up or nothing. Donna Brazile, Chelsea Clinton, listening to someone talk, you're right. It is a step up above her mother, because her mother did not do the same thing when a woman of color confronted her back in 2016. Though you act oblivious to that action when it was her mother not doing the right thing. But we're going to give Chelsea all types of credit for not backhanding a woman who's expressing her disdain for Chelsea Clinton's actions. And I don't think she can hang anyway. Chelsea Clinton's lived a very privileged life. If she would have swung on that lady, it would have been bad for her. So I don't know what you mean by Chelsea Clinton maintaining her composure. You know who maintains their composure under fire and under duress? Tulsi Gabbard. Someone's name that no one in the DNC will utter without disdain. That's who has composure and poise and is a real life hero. But you'll never admit that. Never admit that. Because once again, no one's put a quarter in your butt and told you to go now, buddy. Put a new battery pack in your backpack and told you to go for it. So you have to be instructed by the powers that be for you to speak. Yeah, I'm learning. Don't pull no punches on them. I'm learning. So anyway, Donna Brazile's on Fox News. Some Fox News people were pissed off about it. They don't like it. They said, you need bring back Janine Pirro. Why you bringing this Donna Brazile? We want Janine back. Don't worry, you get your lying Janine Pirro back, gaslighting everybody with her BS soon enough. All right. I told you it's been a busy weekend. Busy weekend. So much going on. It's crazy. I got a couple new people that joined the Tim Black Wolfpack, though. Yeah, I was surprised. Like, oh my goodness, I'm getting new people joining. Tim Black's Wolfpack is open to everyone. You can join too. Go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. Or join it on YouTube. Yeah. Follow me at Real Tim Black. I mean, I'm calling stuff out, man. I need your back and your support. You got to have my back. I can't do this without you. All right? Come on. Donna Brazile. Donna Brazile is the platitude queen. She really is. She says she can talk. You guys don't realize Donna Brazile can talk for 6 minutes and say nothing. Nothing. What time is it, Donna Brazile? Well, you know, when I come from Louisiana, time would be a thing that we would think about sometimes. And speaking of times, we'd be watching the time just pass us by and good times just to come on. And while I was watching good times, I'd be having a good time, drinking me some lemonade, talking about the time. And that was a time we had. Oh, the time. In the gumbo, you put the andouille sausage in the gumbo. Then you have a little bit more time. Then I was making time with a friend of mine. And we were just doing things because it was time. Oh, time. Time. Morris Day had a group called The Time. They used to do like this. And they used to do like this. But we had such a time. We had the time. It was the time of our life. That was a song from that movie with Whoopi Goldberg. And remember that time I met Whoopi Goldberg? Oh, man, you don't know about the time. Heifer, I asked you what time it was. See, you think it's easy to interview a trained operative. You think it's easy. Do you realize the interview started 2 weeks earlier when she was like, hey, Tim Black, you're such a nice guy. I like you, Tim Black. I watch your stuff all the time. I'm looking so much forward to us talking and me being on your show. How's your wife doing? Oh, this is amazing. Really? Oh, wow. She played... You don't know how operatives do. You just think you do. You don't know. You have no idea. All right, guys. Moving right along. There's been a lot going on last couple of days. Kirsten Gillibrand, I thought she'd already announced that she was running for office, that she had thrown her hat in the ring. I thought she did. Turns out she just announced today. But as the old saying goes, if a tree falleth in the forest and no one's around, did it make a sound? No. Kirsten Gillibrand, she launched a campaign today, and no one paid any damn attention to her at all. None. A lot of you didn't even know it until I just said it. You're like, oh, who's that? Some people are like, who's Kirsten Gillibrand? Gilligan's Island, I thought they died. I thought that was an old show. When When did Gilligan's Island run for office? Tim, you crazy. You need to stop smoking. No, Kirsten Gillibrand. Kristen who? Castlin Gigahan? Gilston Killicran? I could just kill a man. What are you talking about, Tim Black? Kirsten Gillibrand, she's running. It just started today. She's officially launched her campaign, and no one paid attention because Beto was running. Jazz Hands is running. Jazz Hands. Look, and I don't feel bad for Kirsten Gillibrand not being paid attention to. I don't feel bad for her, man. She didn't even hire a campaign staff. She got a cousin working for her and a woman that live down the street. She does. Come on, she does. She does not have a professional campaign staff. If she did have a professional campaign staff, they would have came up with a better slogan than "Be brave." That's her slogan. It takes a lot of work to have a worse slogan than Hillary Clinton. That's what I'm saying, guys. It took focus, how can we suck more than Hillary? Her campaign slogan was, "I'm with her." We need to be worse than her. How much worse? A lot worse. Eat your Brussels sprouts? The Brussels sprouts are good for you. Damn, I can't come up with a worse slogan for an election for president. I know, I got it. Be brave. Yeah, it means absolutely nothing. It inspires absolutely no one. Be brave. Be brave. That's something you say to people walking in death. I don't think that's what you want to tell voters, that walking in the booth and voting for you means. You gotta be brave. No, you be brave. I just gave Kirsten Gillibrand probably more time than anybody else in independent media has given her, and since she started her exploratory committee to see how much money the Wall Street was going to give her, which led her to a conclusion that, I think I'm going to get enough money to run. At least more people will know my name when it's done. Winning? Oh, child, I ain't think about winning. So Kirsten Gillibrand, she's running, and like I said, no one cares because Robert's in the house. There's an op-ed from the New York Post on Kirsten Gillibrand. I just want to read you a portion of it. It's so sweet. It says, if the National Rifle Association had published a political pinup calendar in 2007, Kirsten Gillibrand would have been Miss January. Seriously. The Democrat has just been elected to Congress from a Republican-dominated ex-urban rural district north of Albany. In 2009, the wind shifted. Gillibrand was appointed to the U.S. Senate, and Hillary Clinton had just vacated. And the new senator instantly flipped from permissive to prohibitionist on guns. The NRA dropped her rating to F. She swiftly crafted radical reversals on other controversial issues. Oh, he's saying that Kirsten Gillibrand is a shapeshifter. Sort of like Kamala Harris, like, when it's time to be progressive, I'm progressive. When it's time to be centrist, I'm centrist. When it's time to be Republican, I'm full-blown Republican. Vote for me, though, progressives. You and your parity test. Damn, parity test want me to be one way and ride out with it and stick to it and be committed to being one way and having beliefs. That's crazy talk. On Sunday, she officially kicked off the unlikely presidential campaign she has been flirting with for some time. Proceeding under a banner reading, "Brave Wins," Oh, it's Brave wins. Be brave is Brave wins, not be brave. I'm sorry. Being brave, is this a movie? Brave wins. Brave wins sucks too. It does. I think Be Brave and Brave wins are both equally bad. She did flip-flops on guns, immigration, her conversion from a proud blue dog Democrat who backed balanced budgets and opposed deficits to a free-spending progressive dedicated to drowning problems in dollars. That's what she's doing. Huh? Who's this piece of work? Moron. She really aren't... Gillibrand certainly is entitled to a presidential strategy, such as it is, but much less clear is the point of the exercise. She's safely in the seat once graced by Daniel Patrick Moynihan. This alone makes her an apex overachiever. All right, that's it. Enough for Gillibrand. Good luck, Gillibrand, with your race. She's polling at 1% in Wisconsin. I just covered that on an earlier video. Found it very interesting. Very interesting. So part of the reason why Kirsten Gillibrand's announcement was silent, near silent, that this New York Post article was one of the only things I could find on it, actually. And it's an op-ed, so it's like, he's just pulling stuff out. It's because Beto, he launched his campaign. And here's the thing about Beto O'Rourke. He doesn't stand for anything. And if he does, he doesn't know yet because they haven't told him what it is yet. See, for him to stand for something, he had to be given those instructions. But he's pretty sure he doesn't support Medicare for all anymore. Now, he knows he did. He used to. Here's the thing about Beto. He looks so progressive because he was standing next to Ted Cruz. I mean, unless you, unless you hate gays and think the Bible should rule the country and you should govern using the Bible and I mean, it's hard not to look progressive standing next to Ted Cruz. What I'm trying to tell you. But Beto O'Rourke, he launched his campaign, and that took a lot of spotlight because, well, you know, he went on Oprah. And going on Oprah means everything. Beto O'Rourke poured in a massive fundraising haul after his only 24 hours of announcing, and his competition is noticing. According to reports, the Texas Democrat announced Monday that his campaign poured in $6.1 million in online donations in the 24 hours after his announcement. By comparison, Senator Bernie Sanders' campaign said it raised $5.9 from 223,000 donors in the first 24 hours, and Senator Kamala Harris raised $1.5 million in the same amount of time. So let me get this right. Beto O'Rourke raised $100,000 more than Bernie. That's right there, isn't it? Isn't it right there? Like it's like, wow, like you raised 6, I'm gonna raise 6.1. It's almost as if they were kind of shooting for the number. I mean, I hope that all the records get released on this. I mean, I'm not saying that Beto O'Rourke isn't telling the truth. I'm just saying, show me the receipts. Yeah, show me the receipts, Beto. Come on. That's all. I want to know how many donors and what was the average amount per donation. Just kind of curious. I know you say you don't take PAC money, but how do I know you don't take PAC money? I'm just saying, I just want to, can I see, dog? I just want to take a look. That's all. No, I'm not calling you a lie, Beto. I just want to see for myself. So yeah, him announcing took a lot of air out of the room, and people support him. They like him. I wonder who are these people that really like Beto O'Rourke. I wonder who they are. Oprah watchers. Who was watching Oprah? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Who watched Oprah? Who watched Oprah her whole career? Who was she talking to? Who was she talking to? Those are the people that donated to Beto O'Rourke. You know who you are. Beto O'Rourke campaign didn't specify the number of contributors, nor did it donate an average donation. The first Federal Elections Commission, FEC, official quarterly campaign finance filings won't be public until April. Until then, there's no way to drill down into the numbers. Damn. No way to know till the story's out the news. No way to know until it's too late to know. I saw some people happy. Like, yeah, you beat that Bernie. Beat that Bernie. What does Beto stand for? I don't know. Let me try that again. This is bad. I saw some people very happy that Beto O'Rourke outraised Bernie Sanders, setting a new record. They were like, yeah, get him, Beto. Beat that Bernie. Bad Bernie. What does Beto stand for? I don't know. I just want to see Bernie lose. You do realize that Bernie has policies that will help you, right? You do know that. Just want to I'm not telling you not to like Beto. I'm just saying you do realize that Bernie has policies that will help you, like a jobs guarantee he's working on, so people will have jobs. Are you that butthurt? Really? That's how bad it is? Beto says he doesn't support Medicare for all. He said it. He said, hey, I changed my mind. I know I was talking about I did, but I just changed my mind, I think there's got to be a better way. How much you going to give me again? How much? There's got to be a better way than to go with that. Make sure you put it in the account. I don't support Medicare for all anymore. See what I'm saying? There are people jumping up and down and clapping because they feel that Bernie Sanders lost something. That's what they're doing. They're happy. Some of those are former employees. Some of those are former human beings. And some of those are pissed off people about the reparations thing. Man, they are really pissed off about that. I wonder if Beto O'Rourke supports reparations. I don't think he does. Nor does he have any programs that would help mostly poor people, even if he did. See, because even if he does, doesn't mean we're going to get him. It's not like, oh, you support him, or what we going to get him then? That ain't how it works. Meanwhile, the most progressive candidate on social issues in the race, I said I wasn't going to talk about this no more, because it's like talking to him, it don't make sense. People don't want to hear it. Beto O'Rourke is garbage, okay? He's garbage with the ability to speak. He's contrived, overacting, exaggerating shapeshifter, okay? Who's flipped on a number of policies. One of those politicians that did whatever was expedient. He's Kamala Harris with a pair of long legs and a comb over or whatever that is. I don't know what that is. That's his hair, right? I don't know what's wrong with him. With ADD, standing on top of tables. Who does that? Get your ass down. What is that? Get out here and talk to people. You ain't at a grunge concert. Skateboard man. Sit down. What do you stand for, Beto? Look, okay, so here it is. Beto, come on the Tim Black Show. Tell us what you stand for, sir. We would like to know your policies. I looked at your website. I couldn't find them. What do you stand for, Beto? I know the $6.1 million you got. Great. What does the campaign, what are you running on? I was born to run. I was born to be in it. Okay. I have no idea what that means. You even got platitudes to even explain why you're running. Like, that's a hollow explanation, right? How about I'm running to make the world a better world? I'm running to help the people all across this country who have this issue or that issue, or all of the devastation you've seen. Like, I'm running because I just got this strong sense that I can help. And I don't want to leave this earth without trying to help my brothers and my sisters all across this country and beyond, because I believe we can make this country a much better place for everyone. And we can make positive change. And I'm just humbled that I get the opportunity to be a part of that. But you know, I was born to be in it. I was born to be in it. There are some people that are, who liked it though. They like that. Vanity Fair spread looking like Ronald Reagan. Well, one thing is certain about it. Kamala Harris was pissed off. Kamala Harris is like, I know this white boy that is trying to run up in here. That's how she acted. Sure, she was like, ha ha. And I know when Kamala Harris gets pissed off because she does that laugh. She's either nervous or pissed off. Ha ha. She did one of those. Ha ha. She didn't mean it. She did not mean it. Beto O'Rourke's campaign didn't specify the number of contributors, nor denote the average donation, as I stated. What we do know, the other Democrats in the race have definitely noticed O'Rourke's fundraising push. With more than a dozen candidates in Democratic presidential primary already, their early fundraising numbers remain one measure of front-runner status. On Monday, Sanders' campaign sent out an email with the subject line, "Bad news. Beto outraised us. Good news. We probably had a lot more donations." Not probably. Beto O'Rourke doesn't have any grassroots. He got some rooftops. He don't have no grassroots. Rooftops. Rooftop parties, soirees, champagne, people dancing, nightgowns, tuxedos, $5,000 plates, $10,000 plates, fundraising events. Bernie got grassroots. $5, $2, $1, $10, $20. I'm just going to give my Bernie his allowance. Give him some more allowance. Open up my penny jar. Send this on over to Bernie Sanders. That's grassroots. Grassroots. Well, O'Rourke put out a statement. He said this. In just 24 hours, Americans across this country came together to prove that it's possible to run a true grassroots campaign for president. A campaign by all of us, for all of us, that answers not to the PACs, corporations, and special interests, but to the people. I'm sure there's people out there who buy it. Obviously, they brought it. We'll see how well it does. Yeah, but the truth be told now, I haven't seen a whole lot of support for Beto O'Rourke. But the world is not just based on the people who comment in comment sections of videos or tweet or post on Facebook. There's other people out there who watch Fox News, for instance, and people who watch CNN and MSNBC, and people who watch Oprah. And those people have money too, and they will spend it to buy the candidate they want. And they want themselves a Beto O'Rourke. And I just hope they don't get him. That's all. At least not as a nominee. They can have him. They just should not have him as a nominee. And once again, hey, I like a speech as much as the next guy. Maybe even more so. I speak, so I like speeches. I do. I have a soft spot for speeches. What I am not is an idiot who believes just because you can give a good speech, does that mean you are a good leader? Not the same thing. Have we not learned anything? But yeah, so let's see what Beto O'Rourke is about. I would look, best policy wins the day. Best policies, best plan for implementation leads the day. Track record really matters. The best predictor of future activity is what? Past activity. People have horrible records or spotty records in the past. You got to look at that and hold them accountable. Must do it. So that's where I'm at on that. And I think that's a reasonable position to have. If Beto O'Rourke wants to prove me wrong, fine. Come on my show, Beto O'Rourke. I'd love to have you come on the show. Now, I don't know how interested you'll be doing it, because there'll be no tables to stand on. And I've learned my lesson about, being nice or any of that. When I asked you about those votes that you made, those votes that wanted to remove polygraph tests from immigration officers, for instance. Even though all our other police organizations, from the FBI to CIA to the Secret Service, all require polygraphs. But you thought it was okay to remove polygraph tests from people who work the border, our Border Patrol agents. I don't understand it. When we know there's an influx, there are some cops that work that border who get lured by the money and end up working with the cartels. But you said you didn't care. That they don't know, they should no longer have to have freaking polygraph examinations like all the other police that work, like Secret Service, FBI, ATF. And I'm just trying to understand why. Didn't make sense at all to me. And I got a couple more questions like that. They're just basic. That just don't make sense. So I would love to talk to you about them at some point. I am not a hater. I am a congratulator. But if you are an infiltrator, I'd like to have the conversation. All right, guys. Wednesday, justinformed.com. Tim Black's Coffee with Tim Black will be on justinformed.com. Justinformed.com on Wednesday at 12 noon. At noon, right? I think it's noon. Go to justinformed.com, become a member so you'll be locked in. It's free, but that's the platform where you're going to get the coffee show. Brought to you by justinformed.com, so I hope to see you there. Don't forget to become a member of the show, and let me see if I got some comments here. This PC is really wacky. I want to check. I saw a comment that I saw a super chat which had a comment that was highlighted that I wanted to respond to. So I want to take a chance, guys. I want to check. Let's see if we can get to it. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight. I want to answer my super chat. Also, everybody on Facebook, thank you as well for being here. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. Here we go. All right. Looks like we're not locked up yet. This is good. Okay, Buck is in the house. Buck Bewley says, amazing show, Tim. Keep preaching. Just sending the love. Thank you, Buck, for doing that, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Buck. Schultzy100 said, work that Donna Brazile stuff in your live act. Good stuff, brother. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good, too. I'm going to put out a video of it. You know, I don't know, man. I need to put together my own tour. I think I did a good job with Lee. Maybe too good. I'm just saying, he don't want me. All right, look. Nobody owes you nothing in this world. Nobody owes you zero. But I am trying to put together my own tour, though. But thank you guys for being here tonight. Boy, I'll be getting in trouble. That's it. Have a great remainder of your Monday. I'll see you Wednesday, justinform.com. Please find me on YouTube. And by the way, guys, we're growing fast and furious on YouTube. Our numbers are really kicking in again, so this is looking good. This is how we ran up to 100,000. Let's run all the way to 200,000. Let's keep going. I'll see you on the next one. Stay true. Revolution is what matters, and truth. Peace. That's right.